Once again, good morning, good afternoon. It will depend on the time that you are joining the course as we are concluding intermediate to ARA programming for data analysis. So I would like to introduce you the good concept of how we can also doing the reporting of what we have made, but also by using artificial intelligence because it is mostly popular these days. So we need to know how we can also doing the reporting of the analysis that we are doing while we are also dealing with other programming. So as we have started from the beginner level where we have seen the introduction to statistics, we was like interested to know what is the data, to know the difference between the data type because the analysis we can do in other programming, it is most of the time based on the data type that we are having. The way I can approach the numerical data, it is also the difference to the categorical data, but also to know the source of the data where we can find the data sets. It was important at that time, and we continue to see the history of other programming. What am I should expected to know when you say that you know the other programming? What the people are expecting you to have in your mind, like to have in a table, and then we have seen also the the data structure and also the basics of other programming where you have seen the different data type, mostly the common, that's what we have seen. We have seen also we have the numeric, we have a character, we have logical, and then we have seen the data structure where we have a vector where it is one dimensional with also one data type. And we have seen the matrices, it is two dimensional with one data type and or the same data type. And then we have seen also the list. It's a combinations of it can be also the combinations of the vector matrices and data frame. And we have seen that the data frame it's a multidimensional. It can also consist of more than one data type. So those are the things we have seen in introduction to other programming as a beginner. And then we have seen also the loops and the functions where we have seen the introduction on loops and the functions where we use it in other programming. And of course, functions we have seen that when we are generating the pipeline or to define the functions that when we see that we are going to need to repeat like the set of the code more than once, we will need to define the function that is going to help us to run it in a simple way, not just to repeat those kind of codes. And the same as to loop. And we have jumped to the intermediate level where we have seen how we imported the data, how we can also do data manipulation and also visualizations as well. And then it is a time also to see how we can report, generate explanatory data analysis because we have seen the EDA, what is the explanatory data analysis. So I'm going to show you how you can also do the reporting by using artificial intelligence in a simple way while you're approaching the data. So I'm going to use the sample data as I said. So if we are trying to use the sample data, I type the data and then I open and close the brackets and then I run. Once I run, I'm going to see a lot of the data set that I can use. So for me, I'm going to choose airline passenger as the data set. So I come back here. Let's say we are going to call it as data one, which is equal to airline passenger. So what we have to do, just I can run. So if I run, if I want to view the data set the way it is, I type the view and then I type one the name of the data set. I want to view the way it look like in terms of Excel. So there's the airline passenger, so which is not advisable for us to do it. So it is bad data set. We no longer interested to use it. So let's find another data set. So let's use Irish. So the way it is, let's use Irish data. This one, Irish data. Let's use the Irish data. It is another data set, we have it there. So once I run this, that's where you have separate separate width, those are kind of things. And then if we want to see the names of the data set the way it is, we use the names. If you use the names code, so once I click on this, this is the code that is going to print the names of the dataset. I type the object of my dataset, then I have to run. So those are the names of the dataset. So, and again, we have seen that if we want to see the structure of the dataset, just the numeric, categorical, like the way my data has the structure in terms of data type, the way the observation are looked right, I will use the structure. So I'm trying to look for the structure. We can comment structure of my data set. If I'm trying to look for the structure of my data set, I will also need to use these kind of things. Those are also the things you can consider. And another thing, if I do head, I'm trying to see the few five observations. I put the date table, the date number one, something like that. So, and also I can check missing value is.na dot is.na, something like that. If I say the data something, so you see if I run, so I'm going to get true for something like that, which is not good for us because we don't need to have true for something. We need to know how many. So that's why if we type some and then we do this, we put this into bracket, we are going to see how many. So if I do this, I'm going to receive zero. So but we don't need to have this. I have to delete this one so that it is also easier for me once I'm trying to, to create this one. So I have to run it again so that it can be easier for me. So while I'm trying to copy, because I'm going to copy something. Those are the kind of things we need to know in our daily life when we are dealing with the data. But also this is enough for us to know how the data also look like so that we can also use it when we are using artificial intelligence. So from that, what I was looking for, it is just to have, maybe I can also look for the dimensions to see the number of rows and the column. So if I do the dim, I can put the data as the object, away my data also named. These are the 100 observations and 5 variables. What I'm doing, I'm trying to see the basics that is needed so that artificial intelligence will understand my data well. So once I finish this, of course, I have to select and I copy this, and then I come here on the internet. So, of course, I'm going to use the ChatGPT to show you how you can do further analysis. I type ChatGPT, and then I come here and I say that hero chart. So hero chart, I want you. Let's say, for example, I'm waiting for the internet. I say, hero chart. I want you, hero chart. Okay. I want you to understand this. And after understanding this, help me to do the beta analysis from the beginner level to advanced level. Or you can also do explanatory data analysis with good visualization, for example, and the frequency and their percentage analysis based on how data also are look like. So, and use a simple code create. So those are the things I'm doing the prompting. I'm prompting the AI. So you prompt it the way it is. You see that it is starting by showing you that this is the number of observations, number of variables. There is no missing, four numeric and one categorical. Those are the summary. Those are the codes. Once you copy this code, automatically you are going to get the result. I promise, because you already copied the variables the way it is look like in other programming. So once I copy this here, once I run, you see that I'm getting the output, you see. Once I have this, I copy this. I'm trying to check the species distribution frequency and the percentage. Once I copy this, you see, I'm trying to get this, you see, I'm getting the distributions of categorical, you see, this is going to be the output, you see, and then once I do this, I'm going to get the histogram. What I have to do is just like to copy this and paste this one. You see, this is the histogram, and again, this is the box plot. So I have to copy and paste it here. So this is also the same. This is the box plot, and again, also I can have this one aggregated species. Those are the kind of things I can have. So, and again, I can also paste it here the way it is, like this one. Can also paste it here, and again, I can also do the correlation, pair correlation. Those are kind of things, and uh, I can also do this. So I'm trying to show you the way also you can do the analysis by using artificial intelligence. And then after having those kind of things, because you already done with analysis, what you have to do, you have to copy this again, every information that you gain from this one, you copy this again and you come back here, and then you say, after giving me the code, here is the result. You see, result, and you have to paste it. So help me to make the interpretation in paragraph, and also the table result. Table result. We need you to have the frequency and the table of each explanation. So those are also the interpretations. So you have to wait. Those are the things we need to have. So then you can say interpretation in a paragraph. Interpretation in a paragraph. So in paragraphs and titled, for example. So if you say interpretation is in a paragraph and titled, so the structure and quality of the data, you see those are things which is not always needed. So those are also the things that we need to look for. And once you have these interpretations for titled paragraph, let's say for example, if it is descriptive statistic analysis, there is a mean mode shape or something, spatial distribution analysis, comparative analysis of species by mean, general statistic insights, those are kind of things. They will also give you the another options you can add on so that you can make the better analysis for you. And then after you have this, you have to copy this, and then you say, let's say for example, can create the Word document, then you come. So once you come, you have to create the Word document, you paste what they give you here. So of course you will need to delete the unnecessary stuff. So if there is also the chart, so let's say the distributions of the species analysis, let's say for example, it is a distribution of species. So I have to come here in other programming. So once I click on this, so I can also take the screenshot or I can export it. There is a possibility of exporting this or to save as image, but the best option for me I take the screenshot. I do the snapping tool and I take the screenshot like this one. If I copy this and then I have it like this. Once I copy this and then I come back here, so I have a possibilities of pasting this as here. You see, once I paste this as here, what I have to do it is just to reduce the size to make it the way I want. And again, if it is the table I need, I will say that give me the table result. So once I do that, I need the table result. So I'm going also to receive the table result the way I'm requesting it. So from here, you can continue to interact with the artificial intelligence the way you want. So if it is the descriptive statistic, what I have to do, it is only to make the copy, not to select it. Just right. I have to click on this, make the copy, and then once I make the copy, maybe I can say that maybe let's post it here so that I can make it good. So before I edit it, so I have a possibilities of, let's say, you see, if I double click here, so I have to formulate it the way I want. You see, if I do this, you see that now I have it in a table, and again here, if I do this, I will have it all in a table design. I have to tick the total rows, the last column, and the banded column, something I click on this. So, and again here, so it is also the same case, I have to do the same. So once I do the same, so you mean that now you can also remove unnecessary stuff here, and then here also you can copy this one, you cut this one, and then you come here on a descriptive statistic where you have a possibility of pasting it here. So you can also edit it. So we are going to see the way you can also edit it, but also there is a possibility of edit it the way you want. So here also it is the sample distribution, something like that. So you have to grid those unnecessary lines, which is here. So you can also reduce this size that is here, and again this is the last one for the mean measure of species, as this is the mean measure of the species where you have to paste it here. Those are the simple things I do in just a few minutes, and then assume that you have the real data set. So for you, you have to do much as more like this, and from here also you can edit. Now you can edit, so this table where you can come here on table design, you choose the design you want. So maybe for me, I can have, maybe I can write this one. For you, you can write another. So for me, let's say I like this one, or for you, you can choose this one or this one the way you want. So once I like this, I have to do this, of course, to make it good. And again, here I can also do the same. So I have to do this. Then I come on table design. I have to choose this one the way you want, like this one, you see. And again, also you can also do the same, you see, the way you want. So, and also do the same, like this one. And also, this is also the simplest way I can show you once you are trying to make the report, like the draft of those kind of things. From that, if you have done with it, you have to select it. Once you select it, you can come and paste it here. You say, help me to make executive summary based on this. Those are also the a lot of possibilities you can use while you are doing the reporting. So those are the simple executive summary you can consider while you are providing the report. Those are the things you need to use once you are dealing with the data analysis, but also having, if you have a few time and yet you are in the deadline, from here you see that you can use the artificial intelligence and then you can provide a better fit. So thank you so much. I think you have seen a lot on how you can use artificial intelligence, not only doing reporting, but also providing the analysis and reporting in just a few minutes. So thank you once again. I hope that you enjoy the intermediate level. So let's meet to the advanced level where we look for the inferential statistics, the way of providing or making a dashboard, but also not only providing a dashboard, but also advanced techniques of applications of AI, like machine learning models, where we will see much about the machine learning techniques to the advanced level. So I think let's hope that you are going to enjoy the session, and get prepared for final capstone project for the intermediate level, I think that you are going to enjoy the rest of the session. Let's meet to the next session. So have a good day. I wish you to succeed on a progressing course.